Hello and welcome back to my Minecraft series. In today's episode I have two main goals, which are, to be fair, quite inherently linked together. Because I think it's finally time to transition from pot-based resource production to farmland-based production. Just like this, but automated. Now that the prosperity situation is looking much better, because we can generate this stuff automatically, all of a sudden, that idea of having growth accelerators underneath every single plot of farmland, it's suddenly possible. We've been growing a lot of Inferium Essence, and that, I swear this wasn't planned, but this is just about to be full. That's amazing. Let's grab all of that. I'm going to start processing this down into usable prosperity using the centrifuge. Oh, the centrifuge is quite slow, isn't it? I'm going to have to think of a way to automate that too. Let's leave a full stack in there and see what it generates. The rest of it can go into the machine. Speaking of the machine, this light on this drive has turned yellow. This is because the storage situation is becoming less and less okay by the minute. And this nicely represents the second goal for today, and that's to expand the storage. Because honestly, with how much I'm planning to grow using the farmland method, this is not going to be enough. It's going to disappear instantly, all of this extra space. So let's chuck the rest of you in there, because I'm not going to need any of that immediately, apart from the things that I will need immediately. I think we're going to start by clearing these trees out of the way to make room for the new growing house. That has made such a difference. There's only a few trees and it feels like a totally different space. Now then, I'm going to expand the base out this way. I haven't decided precisely how many blocks, but what I'm envisioning is a grow house that, from our perspective, will be a horizontal line, probably 2 layers of 9 by 9 deep. So assuming the building actually starts here, let's leave 2 blocks for flooring, and the first plot of farmland can go here. So this line of dirt blocks is 9 blocks wide. And what we'll do, we'll have 2 extra blocks in between the first and second plot. And that secondary line will represent the second plot. And to make things consistent, and there we have it. This will be the total width of the building. So I filled in some of this area. Haven't finished yet, but this will be a general idea of the size of what it's going to look like when it's finished. The beauty of where I'm currently situated is this building can be expanded horizontally pretty much infinitely. So if I run out of space, it's not going to be a problem. I can just make more plots. Good stuff. I'm comfortable with the progress of that milestone. However, yeah, I don't have time to finish this building before I run out of storage space. So this is going to be priority number 1. This right here is the goal. This will allow us to store 1 million plus items. That is just nuts. So it's time to do some maths. Which means we need 3 of these, 3 of these, which is 9, 3 of these, which is 27, 3 of these, which is 81, 3 of these, which is 243, and then 3 of these, which equals 729. So let's make 729 1K storage parts. So right now, my biggest bottleneck is actually sand. So we're going to need dirt essence and fire essence. Luckily, everything has been growing in the background for some time. There we go. Now we're cooking. Round about now, machines would be amazing for this. But my power situation isn't actually very good right now. That will be in another video. That's probably, if I'm being honest, that's probably next week. Oh, do you know what? This is literally going to take me like half an hour because I need 3 glass per 1K storage part and I need over 700 of them. As that is smelting, let's have a look at what else we're going to need going forward. Basic processors. I have identified a bottleneck. I need more string for the processor binding. Slime's covered. That's absolutely fine because it's growing. But yeah, I need to jump on that and I need to make some spider seeds. Oh, I need more glass for this too. And I'm also going to need more solium. Okay, well, time for a nice little detour to the nether. Hopefully I won't need to spend too long in here. I'm just going to grab whatever I can quickly and then get back out. Oh, that's... Oh... Yeah, that's for netherite. Fantastic. Right, okay, that's... Oh, that's 2 stacks on the nose. Yeah. That feels like it'll probably be enough for now. And to be honest, I probably won't need that much more going forward, so hopefully this is the last trip. There we go, there's the soul jars. Let's chuck the spider stuff in now. How much are you doing per what? Oh, wow! Ooh, those spider eyes are really, really good, actually. Okay, so now we need a prosperity seed base. I have 512 prosperity comb. So spider seeds are tier 3. That's not a problem. Let's sleep through this naughty storm. We're doing okay for iron now, so I'm going to make some space here. Hello there, spider seeds. Excellent. That's a few more seeds. The rest will have to just build up over time. And let's remember to grab the one in the ground as well. Glass. Okay, we're actually looking pretty good. That is ticking up. Excellent. That should be more than enough processor binding. Oh, that situation's getting so much worse so quickly. To alleviate some of my stress, I'm going to start making these. There we go. We've got it. We've actually got it. Yes! That's all the 1K storage parts we need, which means we can take these up to the 4K storage parts. Let's see how many of these I can make immediately. Oh god, that was not that many. Let us finish off making the rest of these 4Ks, and then we can start to make our 16Ks. And by start, I mean just make immediately. Have I just made 3 times as many as I needed to? Oh, I might have confused myself. We have 9 of those. I made 3 times as many as I needed to. Oh, God. Do you know what? This isn't terrible. I might be an idiot. Well, the maths weren't wrong, but they were wrong. That being said, as far as accidents go, this is quite a happy one, because now... now I have 2.1 million slots in my storage system. The likelihood of this ever filling up is... How much power is that using now? It's still only using 1 FE per tick. That is amazing. I can't believe I've done that. Right, that is goal number 1 for today out of the way. That is a success. On to number 2. And this is quite exciting because this is going to lead to some ludicrous gains. And all of that extra space is probably going to be worth it. So here's what I plan to do. I am going to put a ring of planks around where I'd like my farmland to be. The way I'm going to work this out, these dirt blocks are going to be blocks 1 and 9, respectively, because I'm going to be doing 9 by 9 squares. To start off with, it's just going to be 4 plots wide, and then later on I can either expand outwards, upwards, or both. Actually, it's going to be 3 plots wide, just because that kind of matches the width of the base currently. I think that'll work quite nicely. Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot more aesthetically pleasing. Well, here we have it. This is the general design of the farm going forward. Each of these 2 rows have 3 9 by 9 plots in them, so there'll be 6 plots in total. Given how I expect this farm to perform in comparison to the pots, I don't expect to have to give any one resource any more than, say, 18 blocks worth of growth space. I mean, if there's something that comes up that's really pressing and I need to grow loads of, then maybe. Inferium, to be fair, probably bucks that trend. But in general, this should perform incredibly well. All I need to do now is dig down 24 blocks in both of these areas to start planting the growth accelerators. Well, that's 12 blocks of Prudentium growth accelerators. And then on top of that is 12 blocks of Inferium growth accelerators. Now we just need water and some farmland to test. I'm going to grab one of these redstone seeds. Let's have a look. I think... yeah, this block needs to be hydrated. But it's not hydrating. There we go. Oh, okay, that was definitely faster than a pot. It definitely feels fast. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to time the growth, and then I'll compare that to the time of a pot just to see roughly how we're doing. And start. 27 seconds. I'm going to do it again. Go. 29 seconds. We're looking at sub 30 per growth, aren't we, realistically? I'm going to put you in there, and I'm going to hit start. Well, we've already hit 30 seconds. This takes about 2 minutes to grow, because if 30 seconds hits 25%, I'm not even going to bother timing the rest. If I gave this an entire column of 9, well, it's over 3 times the production rate. And I have a lot of rows, and I can just expand. This is sub 30 seconds with only 2/5 of the amount of growth accelerators that I can actually use. So there's a pretty good chance if I were to add another tier on top of that later on when I've got more prosperity, this could get down to like 10 seconds per grow. That is amazing news, and it's time to start building up our stocks of prosperity. That means it's time for a little test. Oh, it does work! I can pipe in and out. Before I say that with too much confidence... Yes! Cool. Yeah, it's settled. It is time to automate this prosperity. Well, at least automate the process of turning the honeycomb into prosperity. I need to work on the bees to make that more efficient. Okay, I've been at work. This is how I'm solving this problem. So, from the interface, I'm connected this cable, which travels underground around the corner. The cable then pops up from the ground just about here, and it connects to these 2 chests. Now, an exporter's connected to this one, and what's happening here, the exporter is pulling Prosperity Comb from the system and depositing it in this chest. This chest is then using item pipe to pump it directly into these centrifuges, which are working on it as we speak. I think this one's yet to fill up. These centrifuges are then using this item pipe to pull the resources that they generate out and into this chest. And then from this chest, they are being imported into the system through the importer and into the cable. Thus they are pulling everything that I'm generating, the wax and the prosperity, directly into the system. I am chuffed. So at the moment, it's quite slow. There are several things I can do to speed this up. It looks like the centrifuges actually have upgrade slots, so they can process the honeycomb faster. And both the importer and exporters can have upgrades applied to them to pump items in and pull them out quicker as well. That same logic applies to this item pipe. I can actually add upgrades to how many items it pulls at once and how fast it can pull them. As a start, I'm pretty happy with this. Obviously, it's kind of ugly, and it's not the most space efficient that it could be. Those are things to address in the future, for sure. But this number of shards is now going to tick up over time instead of sit stagnant. Now that it's night time, I have something to test. Can I trick the bees into not going to bed at night? Obviously, they've gone in now, so let's go to bed. In fact, no. Let's wait and see if they come out. Sadly, no. It seems they are still in for the night. Maybe it's a time thing rather than a light level thing. Well, in that case, I just need to remember to go to bed every night. Continue doing your work, bees. That's the thing. I can expand the bees too. Like, growing those Prospera bees is not difficult whatsoever. I just need honey treats. I just grab more from the nether. I can build another hive. And the amount of prosperity they can generate is going to be nuts. Oh, you know what? I can't resist. I'm going to do it now. I've just made some honey treats, so it's time... Oh, let's grab the bee cages. That'll do nicely. Let's go and grab us some bees. Okay, so we just need to wait a couple of minutes for these bees to spawn, and then we can essentially just triple production. Okay, we've got some new friends, so let's just capture them in cages and take them home. Let's grab ourselves some prosperity. That is going up so fast now. Wow. Couple of blocks of you. And in fact, we're going to need another 10. We're going to need a chest. We're going to need some pipe. And we're going to need an importer. I need to make one of those. Quickly cook up an advanced processor. There we go. I don't know why I tried to do this during the night. Boom. We now have 15 crystalline bees. Ah, so it looks like several of them can use a single block at once. For safety... Oops, no, I'm not going to put it directly there. For safety, I'm going to leave a couple of extras around just to avoid any bottlenecking. Now, hopefully, this means that all 15 of them are producing. I did just notice I don't have my speed upgrades on these guys yet, but I think that's a pretty good start. Now then, if I can, I would like to avoid having any sort of open area, any sort of opening in the walls or the ceiling here. So let's try something. Does that work? There's nothing in there yet. Let me just chuck this block of prosperity in. No, I can't. It works! Oh, beautiful, it works. Okay, for ease of access, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have it run across the ceiling. Well, across the edges, I mean. To then pop down into these and see if that works. Because if that does work, that would be amazing. Let's go and grab some more pipe. Oh, that is glorious. And then... Ah, this is where the oil was. Okay. This makes it slightly more frustrating, but still doable. Hopefully the bees can't sort of use this gap to escape. That would be unfortunate. But my logic is if I build a channel through here, over towards the cable over there, then I can effectively just nice and tidily... Yeah, I can nice and tidily have all of my bee stuff go straight into the system without having to worry about it, I am incredibly pleased. Just enough. Okay, is that working? Before I leave, I want to know that it's working. It is! I am automatically generating prosperity. Officially. As in, my number of prosperity shards in this system is now going up without my intervention at any stage. That will just continue to rise. I can make it rise faster. I can craft upgrades. I can do all sorts. I can make it... my brain is frozen because I am so happy. You know, years ago I played a Skyblock. Might have been Skyblock 3 or something like that. A similar mod pack with a slightly different premise in that it's set in the abyss. Don't worry. What you need to know is that mystical agriculture existed in that mod, but prosperity existed as a seed that you could just grow, and that basically took all of the challenge out of it because there wasn't really a bottleneck. You could just grow literally everything. Prosperity being a resource that you would have to find made this mod more difficult just because you were so limited in how much prosperity you could gather, specifically in the early game. I think there are multiple approaches you can take to automating prosperity. I think there's a mine colonies thing you can do. I want to have a look and see where the bottlenecks are. Okay, so in this beehive, that's fine. This is the one with the upgrades. This is what I was concerned about. Well, curious, not concerned. It's not producing prosperity at a rate that the system struggles to move it. So actually, there's the way things are moving in here, there isn't actually any upgrades I need to do in terms of item logistics. I can speed up the rate at which they produce it, though. But I mean, do I need to? I'm not sure I need to, because this is going up fast enough now that, to be honest, this might do me for the rest of the game. Because it's going to be a while until I've finished digging all of this out, ready to actually place the growth accelerators. That's probably going to be my next big challenge. And that might be what I tackle next week. It's either going to be this or power. Who knows, maybe it'll be both. Well, I'll tell you what, that is probably enough for now. Oh, what a day. I mean, this operation alone has made me incredibly happy. That has eliminated mystical agriculture's biggest hurdle. And we did this. This was the happiest mistake I've ever made. 2% full, which is going to be perfect. I've done things in the right order, because now, when we get this farm up and running, we're going to need all the space we can get. What an episode. I've had so much fun. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. 24 of you. Wait. Oh no! During my interrogation of this poor chatbot, I actually came up with an idea. What if I asked ChatGPT how I should market my video? Immediately, the stack disappeared. Oh!